What's up, everybody? Last night was Backlash. Let's talk about Backlash. This would just be like a reaction review video for it. I missed the pre-show match with Apollo Crews beating Andrade. I'll probably go back and watch it later, but yeah, I feel like they're setting up Kevin Owens to turn on Apollo, and I don't want to see KO turn. I thought he was getting really over with the crowd prior to losing the crowd. But I don't want to see him go back to being a heel right now. I want to see them keep pushing him as a face to be a top face in the company. I think he'd be able to do that. So then to kick off the pay-per-view, we had the three-way women's tag team title match of Sasha Bailey retaining against the Iconics and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I thought this match was pretty good, actually. I didn't really have any expectations for it. I thought there's a lot of, I'm always a sucker for triple threat matches where, you know, both or people are going for pins and the third comes in to break it up and doing roll-ups and, you know, trying to get a quick pin, flash pin and all that. So I'm a big fan of spots like that. There's a few good double team moves for sure. I thought Alexa Bliss looked really good in this match. I thought she was really on her game for Backlash. And it's been a while since she's had a singles run. I can't remember how long it's been, but I wouldn't mind seeing her get back in the title picture for that. But they'll probably continue with whatever direction they're going now. She'll probably wait a little bit longer, unless she even moves to Raw, potentially. Who knows? But man, let me tell you, I can't wait for Sasha to turn on Bailey, or for Bailey to turn on Sasha. I just can't wait for Sasha to come up out of this as a babyface. Speaking of Sasha, that was the way she won that match, the way she rolled up. She got that roll up there at the end. I forget who it was on, but it was really nice. But man, when Sasha turns, it's gonna be great. Next up, we got the promo for Extreme Rules, which they changed the logo to a very Hardy Boys-like logo. I've seen a lot of hate of it for it online early on. Personally, I kind of like it. I mean, look, we've had the same Extreme Rules logo for, I couldn't even tell you how, like 5 years, if longer probably. So I don't care. They changed it up. I'm cool with a refreshing change. Next up, we had Sheamus defeating Jeff Hardy. You know, I thought it was a fine match. I didn't have anything wrong with it, but the storyline makes me cringe so hard because I'm still like a big Jeff Hardy mark, I'd say. You know, I always had a soft spot for Jeff. He was kind of like one of my first favorites after The Undertaker started to slow down and work more and more part-time. Jeff kind of really took over the role as my favorite. And I just want to see him do well. And with his, you know, he has problems in real life, like his alcohol use, his drugs, you know, like he's got problems, and I hate that they're using this as a storyline. I really do. Like, I wish you could write better, just anything just to put these two in the future. I just hate them using his real life problems as a reason for the storyline. But overall, I thought the match was fine. Nothing really stood out to me. Next up, we had Asuka versus Nia Jax, which resulted in a double countout. So it looks like I thought they were going to move right into the Charlotte feud, but the more I thought about it, yeah, this makes sense. Take this to Extreme Rules, with that being the next pay-per-view, set up some kind of falls count anywhere or no count out, no DQ match. I'm sure it's going to some kind of gimmick, more than likely. And man, there's Asuka busted out an octopus hold. It was really smooth. Like, she did it, locked it in immediately. Nia based really well for it. And there's honestly a smooth octopus hold is great. Like, a lot of times you'll see someone go for it and like the person taking the move, it kind of like has to stumble a little bit. But man, Nia took that perfectly. But yeah, with this feud going to Extreme Rules, like I realized it kind of made more sense. Because then after that, we get SummerSlam, and that seems a more appropriate stage to do Asuka and Charlotte than just like Extreme Rules. So it makes sense to save their feud for a bigger show, maybe potentially have a third of a crowd, maybe, or some kind of low capacity if we're improving that much by August. We'll see. Next up, we had Braun Strowman retain against Miz and Morrison. It was fine. Again, like, I didn't think anything of this match. I was actually turned on my Animal Crossing because I had to time travel back and buy some turnips, which were $105 for me this week, and I was very upset by that because that's usually biting me if they're over 100. But I took my chance. Anyway, yeah, the match was fine. But I was surprised that The Fiend didn't come out to try and set up anything for the future. I would think that's the direction they want to go still. Strowman beat Bray. Great. Now the real match is Strowman versus The Fiend. And they didn't set that up yet. We'll see come SmackDown. We'll see come Extreme Rules, whatever they're planning there. Next up, we got McIntyre retaining his title against Lashley. And this match was really good. Absolutely. Like, I know they put on some bangers back in Impact. So I'm not too surprised that they put on another really good match here. Everything was really good except the finish. I wasn't a fan of the finish at all. I understand that's the way you keep Lashley looking strong and having Drew retain. But man, I could do without the Lana interference. I really like Lashley and MVP together. If they could just get rid of Lana altogether in this feud, I'd be great. And I asked this on Twitter and no one answered, but wasn't Lashley the first one to break Chris Masters' Master Lock Challenge? So I love that he's using the full Nelson here. And also, I've never seen, at least I can't recall, someone putting in the full Nelson and then dropping back and like putting hooks in on like across the body and all. Like, I don't remember anyone ever doing that. Like that makes that a lot more effective. We're like, wow, he's really got that in. Like that's the end of the match. Like when Kurt Angle would put in the ankle lock and he'd fall back and like grapevine the leg, like you knew that was it. That someone was tapping out. But yeah, I really like the way he uses the full Nelson. It looked really good. The Street Profits and the Viking Warriors, that was a thing. I was not expecting that to be a cinematic adventure. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. It was a thing, like. And finally, for the main event, we have the greatest wrestling match ever. Randy Orton defeating Edge. And you know what? This was a damn good match. This was a damn great match. The greatest? No. But great? Absolutely. I was not expecting them to be that good. I knew they were going to be good. You didn't need this tagline. Like, this match could have done without the tagline and been match of the night. No problem. But the match they went out and put on, I had read, some reports saying, it was a really smartly worked match. And yeah, that was a really smartly worked match. Like, they were great. I love the leg slap punt from Orton. As soon as he slapped the leg, I started dying. But man, this match was really good. This match absolutely did not need the tagline. And I think that hurt the match, but also kind of helped it, because I think I seen someone else say this on Twitter too. Like the tagline really, made them focus on the match. Like, all right, this is supposed to be the greatest wrestling match ever. I'm really paying attention, and I found myself really paying attention to this match, and I really enjoyed this match. There are so many things between using old people's like finishers, busting out, the rock bottom, the Olympic slam, the pedigree, and I loved the Three Amigos spot. That was great. Orton had the headlock and is just looking up. I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm trying to think. I'm like, no, Jake Roberts is still alive. Who's dead that has a finisher to go from that position? And then he hooked the arm over. I was like, oh, Three Amigos. And that was really good. But yeah, like I said, like the match didn't need the tagline. It probably did it more harm than good, but very slightly. You know, it was a really good match. I still admittedly haven't gone back and watched AJ and Brian from SmackDown the other day, but before watching that, and that's absolutely the reason why they didn't put that on the pay-per-view, because they feel like it might have stolen the thunder. I'm going to go back and watch that. And my match of the year so far will probably bounce between these two. Right now, I'm giving it to Edge Norton because I haven't seen AJ Bryan. No other match throughout the year so far is really coming to mind when I try to think of like a match of the year quality. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching. You know, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I can take any support I can get. I really appreciate it. And let me know what you think in the comments. What did you think of Backlash? I thought overall it was a fine show. You know, Drew, Lashley, and Edge and Norton really stood out as, you know, good matches. The rest of the card, fine. You know, the women's tag match was good. It was fine. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and you guys have a great day. Take care and stay safe.